Hey there, curious minds. Welcome back to Tech Curiosity Stream, your go-to channel for breaking down complex tech topics into bite-sized, easy-to-digest knowledge snacks. Whether you're a total newbie or just brushing up on the basics, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, do us a solid. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a video. We drop new content every week, and trust me, you don't want to sleep on what's coming next. Today, we're tackling the foundations of modern tech algorithms, data, and artificial intelligence. These terms get thrown around a lot, but by the end of this video, you'll actually understand what they mean, how they work, and why they're changing the world. Ready? Let's geek out. Alright, let's start with algorithms. It's one of those words that sounds way more intimidating than it actually is. We hear about algorithms everywhere, but what are they really? In the simplest terms, an algorithm is just a set of instructions. It's like a recipe, a step-by-step guide that takes you from point A to point B. Think about baking a cake. You've got your ingredients, but you need those precise instructions to turn them into something delicious, right? In the tech world, algorithms are those instructions, but instead of flour and sugar, we're talking about data. These instructions tell computers what to do with that data, how to process it, analyze it, and use it to solve problems or complete tasks. Let's take an example you're probably familiar with, your social media feed. Ever wonder how those posts get arranged? That's right, an algorithm. It's looking at your past behavior, what you like, comment on, share, and using that information to decide which posts you see first. It's trying to predict what you'll find most interesting, and that's just one example. Algorithms are everywhere online. They're recommending videos on YouTube, suggesting products you might like on Amazon, even filtering out spam in your inbox. And the crazy thing is, these algorithms are getting smarter all the time. They're constantly learning from the massive amounts of data being generated every second, tweaking their own instructions to become more accurate, more personalized, more intelligent. But here's the thing. Algorithms are only as good as the information they're given and the people who create them. Think about it like this. If you give a chef a recipe with the wrong measurements, the cake's not going to turn out so great, right? Same goes for algorithms. If they're fed biased data or designed with a narrow focus, the results can be inaccurate, unfair, or even harmful. Remember, algorithms are tools, and like any tool, they can be used for good or bad. The important thing is that we understand how they work, what their limitations are, and how to use them responsibly. That way, we can harness the power of algorithms to make our lives easier, more efficient, and hopefully, a little more delicious. Okay, so we've talked about algorithms, the chefs of the digital world, but what about the ingredients they use? That's where data comes in, the fuel that powers everything in the tech universe. You've probably heard the phrase data is the new oil, and it's true. Data is valuable, it's everywhere, and it's changing the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us. But what exactly is data? Simply put, data is information. It's the raw material that algorithms crave. This information can be anything: numbers, text, images, videos, your location, your online activity, even the way you swipe on your phone. All of this creates a digital footprint, a trail of data that tells a story about who you are and what you do. Now, data comes in different flavors. There's structured data, which is organized and easy for computers to understand. Think about spreadsheets, databases, things with rows and columns. This is the kind of data businesses use to track inventory, analyze sales, and understand customer behavior. Then there's unstructured data, which is messier and more complex. Think about social media posts, emails, audio recordings, those cat videos we all love. It's harder to analyze but incredibly valuable because it captures the nuances of human language and behavior. And then there's big data, which is exactly what it sounds like: massive, complex data sets that are too large and too fast-moving for traditional methods to handle. We're talking about the billions of searches on Google every day, the millions of hours of video uploaded to YouTube every hour, the constant stream of sensor data from our smartphones and smart devices. This is where things get really interesting because big data has the potential to unlock incredible insights and solve some of the world's biggest challenges. But here's the catch. Data, like any powerful tool, can be misused. Privacy concerns are huge. Who owns your data? How is it being collected? And how is it being used? These are questions we all need to be asking. The more we understand about data, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this data-driven world and make sure it's used for good. Because ultimately, data is about understanding ourselves and the world around us better. It's about making smarter decisions, creating better products, and building a brighter future. Okay, let's talk about the big one. Artificial intelligence, or AI. This is the tech that gets everyone's imagination going, conjuring up images of self-aware robots and futuristic dystopias. But the reality of AI today is far more nuanced, and honestly, far more exciting than Hollywood makes it seem. So, what is AI? At its core, AI is about teaching machines to learn and make decisions like humans do, but often much faster and on a much larger scale. It's about taking those algorithms we talked about and feeding them massive amounts of data so they can start to recognize patterns, make predictions, and even learn from their own mistakes. Think of it like this. Imagine you're teaching a kid to play chess. You show them the rules, you play a few games, and over time, they start to understand strategy, anticipate your moves, even beat you occasionally. That's kind of what we're doing with AI, but instead of chess, it's everything from diagnosing diseases to driving cars. Now, there are different flavors of AI. You've got machine learning, which is all about feeding algorithms tons of data so they can learn to perform specific tasks without being explicitly programmed to do so. Then there's deep learning, which takes inspiration from the human brain and uses artificial neural networks to process information in a more complex, layered way, allowing it to tackle even more sophisticated tasks. And of course, we can't forget about natural language processing, or NLP, which focuses on enabling machines to understand and communicate with us using human language. This is what powers chatbots, virtual assistants, and those eerily accurate language translation apps. AI is already all around us, working behind the scenes to personalize our online experiences, automate mundane tasks, and even power groundbreaking scientific discoveries. But it's important to remember that AI is still in its early stages. It's not about creating sentient machines or replacing human intelligence. It's about augmenting our own abilities, helping us solve complex problems, and hopefully making the world a better place. The key is to approach AI with a healthy dose of curiosity and a critical eye, understanding both its potential and its limitations. Because ultimately, the future of AI is up to us to shape. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground here, so let's take a step back and connect the dots. We've talked about algorithms, the sets of instructions that tell computers what to do. We've explored data, the raw information that fuels those algorithms. And we've demystified AI, the technology that allows machines to learn and make decisions. Now here's the thing. These three elements don't exist in isolation. They're part of an intricate dance, a technological tango that's shaping our world in profound ways. Think of it like a three-legged stool. You need all three legs for it to stand strong. Let's take a real-world example you're probably familiar with. Online shopping. Imagine you're browsing for a new pair of headphones. You click on a few products, read some reviews, maybe even add one to your cart, but then get distracted by a cat video, because internet. Behind the scenes, algorithms are hard at work, tracking your every move. They're collecting data on your browsing history, your purchase history, even the time you spend hovering over that sleek pair of noise-canceling headphones. This data is then fed into AI systems, which analyze it, looking for patterns and making predictions about what you might be interested in buying next. And just like that, the next time you log on, you're greeted with personalized recommendations. Customers who viewed this item also viewed, or you might also like, that's the power of algorithms, data, and AI working in perfect harmony. But this synergy goes far beyond online shopping. It's revolutionizing healthcare, where AI is being used to diagnose diseases earlier and develop personalized treatment plans. It's transforming transportation, with self-driving cars using algorithms and sensors to navigate our roads. It's even changing the way we create art and music, with AI-powered tools opening up new creative possibilities. The possibilities are truly endless, but it's important to remember that this technological tango isn't without its challenges. Bias in data can lead to biased outcomes, and we need to be mindful of the ethical implications of increasingly sophisticated AI systems. Alright, time to put on our thinking caps and get a little philosophical. We've covered the what and the how of algorithms, data, and AI, but now comes the big question. What does it all mean? What does the future hold as these technologies continue to evolve at breakneck speed? We're standing at a crossroads, facing a future brimming with both incredible promise and potential peril. It's like we're holding a powerful new tool, capable of solving some of humanity's greatest challenges, but also capable of amplifying existing inequalities if we're not careful. One of the biggest questions we face is the balance between privacy and convenience. In a world where data is the new currency, how much are we willing to share in exchange for personalized experiences, customized recommendations, and seamless interactions with technology? How do we ensure that our data is being used responsibly and ethically, not just to sell us more stuff, but to genuinely improve our lives? Then there's the question of AI and the future of work. Will robots steal our jobs, as some fear, or will they create new opportunities that we can't even imagine yet? How do we prepare for a future where human skills and creativity are more important than ever, even as machines become increasingly capable of performing tasks that were once thought to be the exclusive domain of humans? And perhaps most importantly, there's the ethical dimension of AI. As we create machines that can learn, adapt, and make decisions, who gets to decide what's right and wrong? How do we ensure that AI is used for good, not for harm? These are complex questions with no easy answers, but that's precisely why it's so important to be having these conversations now. The future of tech isn't something that's going to be decided by a select few in Silicon Valley. It's going to be shaped by all of us, by the choices we make, the questions we ask, and the actions we take. So, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay engaged. The future is waiting to be written. Alright, before we wrap things up, let's have some fun and tackle some of those burning questions you've always had about algorithms, data, and AI. And while we're at it, let's bust some myths along the way. First up, the big one. Is AI going to take over the world? Short answer, no, not anytime soon at least. Look, AI is incredibly powerful, but it's not magic. It's still just a tool, and like any tool, it's only as good as the humans who build and use it. While AI can outperform us in specific tasks like playing chess or crunching massive data sets, it lacks the common sense, creativity, and emotional intelligence that make us human. Another common question, are algorithms spying on me? Well, not exactly. Algorithms are designed to collect and analyze data, yes, but they're not sentient beings plotting to steal your secrets. Think of it more like a detective following a trail of breadcrumbs. They're looking for patterns in your behavior to understand your preferences and predict your needs. Is it a little creepy? Maybe, but it's also what allows them to deliver those eerily accurate recommendations and personalize your online experience. Now let's bust a myth. Tech is only for geniuses. False. Sure, coding a complex AI system requires specialized skills, but understanding the basics of how these technologies work is something anyone can do. You don't need a PhD in computer science to be tech-savvy, you just need curiosity and a willingness to learn. There are tons of amazing resources available online and in libraries to help you get started. And finally, a question I get a lot. Can I learn to code AI? Absolutely. In fact, there's never been a better time to dive into the world of AI and machine learning. There are tons of free online courses, tutorials, and even open-source tools that can get you started. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone with a curious mind, learning to code AI can open up a world of possibilities. So there you have it. Hopefully we've demystified some of the jargon, busted some myths, and sparked your curiosity about the incredible world of algorithms, data, and AI. And that's a wrap. If your brain feels a little fuller, drop a thumbs up in the comments and let me know which concept blew your mind the most. Don't forget to subscribe and slap that notification bell. We've got deep dives on blockchain, quantum computing, and more coming soon. Thanks for hanging out, and remember, tech isn't about knowing everything, it's about asking, how does this work? So keep wondering, keep exploring, and as always, stay curious. See you in the next video.